All right, if you cannot access your MacBook Neo or another MacBook, go ahead and hold the power button. Continue holding for startup options. Keep holding, keep holding, keep holding. Now it's loading startup options. This is going to give you the recovery options so you can reinstall your operating system. Okay, so now that we're here, we're going to go to options and we're going to click continue. And then we are going to reinstall macOS Tahoe, which comes on this computer. Continue. Click continue again. It's going to ask you if you agree with the OS installation. We're going to click agree and go ahead and click agree again. We're going to select our drive, which on this laptop, the MacBook Neo, we only have one drive, and then click continue. It's telling me that it's not connected to a power source. It recommends plugging it in, but we do have a full charge, so let's see if it lets us do it without plugging it in. And then of course it's going to ask us for our password, so it knows that we are allowed to do this. And click continue. And now we just have to wait until this entire process finishes. Right now it says it's about 3 hours and 56 minutes remaining, so we'll come back once it's done installing this. Hopefully it doesn't actually take that long. So see, it's gone down to about an hour and a half now. I don't think it's gonna take that long, but just in case, I'm going to plug it in. So definitely plug yours in. You never know, maybe your battery dies out of nowhere and then it gets corrupted. So we're gonna plug it in and wait until the bar finishes loading and it should be ready to go. All right, so I have to mention that using this method does not delete your user data. According to Apple, it is a non-destructive form of recovery, which means that they just overwrite the operating system tools. So if you ever have a corrupted operating system and you don't want to lose anything, use this method and it should just overwrite the OS files. So that way you can go ahead and access your stuff right back in when it's done. Now, if you need to completely wipe the system, like in case you need to give it away or resell it or something, then I will show you how to do that. To completely nuke your drive so you can resell your system, do the same thing, hold the power button and until you see recovery options. Keep holding, you've been holding it. It even warns you continue holding for startup options. You can see there. Now it's loading startup options. I usually continue holding it just in case. There we go. All right, so once we get this screen, we are going to click on options. We're going to click continue. It should load the recovery options or whatever we need to use, like utilities. And then here are the options again. Now this time we're not going to just reinstall the Mac OS. That's not what we're here for. We're here for disk utility. So we're going to click on disk utility, click continue. Then we're going to go up here where it says Macintosh HD, click on that. And we are going to click on erase on the top right. And it's already formatted as APFS. I'm gonna click cancel real quick. As we can see right here, it is the original drive is formatted as APFS, so we're gonna keep it the exact same. So we're gonna click erase again. And we're gonna leave the same name, click FPFS. Now there is other stuff here, but we're not gonna even mess with that. Go ahead and click on erase. It's gonna warn you that this will erase or delete the volumes. You will need to fully erase this Mac. This will delete all media, data, and settings on all volumes on this Mac. And an internet connection will be required to reactivate this Mac and reinstall OS. So we're gonna click on erase Mac and restart. It warns you multiple times, just so you know that this is gonna nuke your entire system. All right, so now that we've rebooted, it's gonna ask us to select a Wi-Fi from the network because it's going to recover off the internet, off their server. So we're gonna go ahead and connect to our Wi-Fi here. All right, my Mac is activated. Go ahead to exit to recovery. And then we're gonna go back to this utility to see what it shows. It shouldn't show anything, it's not using anything. So now we are going to reinstall Mac OS Tahoe. All right, it's gonna ask us to agree to install it. So it's very similar to what we did before, except this time it's not asking us for any passwords. Continue. And remember, plug in your device. All right, so now we just have to wait for this to finish. Remember that this time we did something different. We completely erased the drive before we reinstalled the OS on the system. So this time it's going to be a clean install. So you don't have to log back into your stuff. It's not going to be your user data. It's going to be a brand new fresh system so somebody else can buy it, somebody else can log into it again, and so on. But I'm going to go plug this in because, yeah, just to be safe. All right, so I hope that gave you a little bit of an insight on how to recover your operating system in two ways. The first way that we did it was to just reinstall the OS in case you have a corrupted operating system, which means that you get to keep your user data intact. According to Apple. I'm not Apple, but according to them, that first option keeps your user data. The second option that we did, we erased the drive on the system first and then reinstalled the operating system, which means that we nuked all of the user data off the drive before installing our operating system. This is going to get it ready for resale or giving it to somebody or whatever it is that you're doing with it, but your user data is not going to be on there. Now, here's the thing. That does not remove the system off of your iCloud. You're still going to have to go to your iCloud, log in on a different system if you want to, and take this device off of that account. So anyways, I hope that this video was helpful to you. Make sure that you share it so other people know how to do this. Until next time, take care of yourself.